All right, welcome back to Survivor Micronesia, baby.
All right, here it is. Time
It's
is time is here. Time has come.
for you. You're seeing it every week, but for us, it's kind of sporadic. For us, it's like some weeks we don't record.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of weeks at this point we haven't recorded. So
Mm-hmm.
it's interesting. We're gonna watch a couple more episodes, and then we'll be at the finale, right towards the end here. How you feeling? How you feeling about the season so far?
Well, we got a couple amazing episodes in a row. They get to see my star. They got my star at the top of the
Oh
last two
yeah.
episodes. So it's been pretty good. Pretty good seasons. Pretty despite the beginning being a bit cursed. The first few episodes, very much like All Stars in that regard. Not not as cursed in the same way, but definitely still kind of cursed. Uh, it's kind of smoother, evened out a little bit more, and it's just a super entertaining episode in general,
Hmm.
series of episodes in general, and it's been pretty great. I mean, I really enjoyed my time with this season quite a lot. So
Okay. So who got voted
it's been
out last
fun. It's been
episode?
fun. Last episode was Jason. Jason got voted out.
Jason got
Um,
voted out with idol in hand,
with an
in
idol,
pocket.
idol in hand, and he didn't play it. It's-
Yeah. That's
yeah.
back to back? Is that back to back?
Yeah, Ozzy didn't
Ozzy
play
was
the
right
idol
before.
either. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's crazy. Insane. Insanity.
Yeah, I mean that's a telltale of a good season when you have a lot of like blind sides going on. That's
Yeah.
always fun and exciting.
Hmm.
And so previously your power rankings for now our final seven are Suri, Parvati, Natalie, Alexis, Amanda, Eric, and James. Very interesting. A lot of women, two guys left.
Mm.
The Black Widow Brigade, as they coined themselves, steering their cauldron,
Basically, yeah.
getting the men
Been
in their
pretty
web
pretty
and
good.
spinning them around.
Yeah. It's like, are they actually gonna do what couldn't be done so long ago
It's never
in
done,
Vanuatu?
yeah, for sure.
uh,
We'll see. I mean, let's see.
well,
Let's just
I
get
guess
into
it
it.
is time to see. Yeah. I guess we should. We should just go for it.
All right. As always, click the link in the description to see the highlights of a reaction, and then come back afterwards for the discussion. Okay.
Okay.
There you have it.
Many blessings.
Alexis voted
Wow.
out because Amanda
Freaking
played
sweet.
the idol.
I love it. You love to see it.
Dramatic
Um,
fashion. I mean, good on the editors for giving it to us that way. Really adding
mm,
to the drama instead of just
it
doing
did.
the
It
plain
did.
old. Oh, look, I found it, and then we already know she's gonna be safe the whole time.
Right. It would be. It's good that they like. I mean, it's kind of hard. It's sort of a hard thing to like screw up, right? If she knows almost exactly where it is,
Yeah, it's like if
like
you know
under the
you're
flag.
going,
So it's
I
like,
would just be digging there all day, no matter who saw me. You
yeah,
just if I
yeah,
couldn't find it, it'd just be the
yeah,
biggest hole you've ever seen. There's no reason to
yeah.
stop. You know it's under the
And then when
flag.
someone
It's
asks,
just
it's
like,
just like, I look. I'm just making a hole. I just want to sit in my hole. Okay, this is
yeah.
my hole. You pull a.
Like, yeah. Obviously, it was a lot better the way she did it, but even if it got that desperate at that
Yep.
point, it's like, okay, you can know. I'm looking for the idol. I'm about to vote it out. What do you want me to do? I know it's here somewhere. A nice, some showmanship from Amanda here. All right,
Mm-hmm.
like to see it. She made a point
So
after
Alexis
getting back from exile. She's like, I didn't find it, guys. Look at me. I'm so sad, and I dump out my whole bag. Didn't have a chance to hide it or
Yeah,
anything. So.
she did everything she needed to do. She made quite a spectacle of it. Like someone like you have like a lot of like fairly honest people, I would say, or people that like they haven't had much reason to lie to each other, and also Eric. So you have like people that maybe wouldn't really think twice. You had someone like Johnny Fairplay that in there, he'd be like, "Come on."
Mhm.
Like he see it clearly what this is. This is showmanship. You're showing your hand. You clearly have something going on. Like you're making a very very concerted effort to show that you don't have it,
Yeah, but
which makes it like
but she has like almost plausible deniability in the sense that like
yeah,
there was no time between when she got there and the challenge
yeah,
for her to have hidden it. So
it's
it's
true.
like,
It's
oh,
very
and
true.
if the precedent is that it's always been exile every other time, it's like you
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
suspect me. So
it's
okay, I
true.
guess
It's
she's
very true.
just
Yeah,
sad she didn't find the idol. Right.
yeah. Man, she played those sad doe eyes up like crazy.
That's what we like to
That's
see.
some
Like
that's some
last season
crocodile
where
tears.
it was just she was sad after like voting someone out and like it wasn't the reverse showmanship. You
Yeah.
look worse when actually pulling off a move than you should.
Yeah. Yeah.
But here she did that. She told exactly the one person she knew she could trust. She told Parvati
Hmm.
about it. Not a single other person. And interesting if you know like the outcome. If you look back at like
Mm.
some conversations she had like with Sari, where she's like, just clarifying,
Yeah.
if it didn't have to be this way,
Yeah.
you wouldn't vote for
Right.
me, right? So she
Right.
can kind of
Right.
keep that door open moving forward when she
Right.
does do this. So
Exactly. Exactly. So she does keep that tight alliance with Suri there because that's the thing. Suri like she didn't seem like she seemed like she was like proud of her like for
mhm.
pulling that off. Like she like patting her on the knee like good for you kind of thing. It was like
Yeah,
yeah.
because I don't know whether Sari believes or not. She seemed to have
Mm.
sold it pretty well to Amanda that it was like,
Yeah.
there's a voting for you, so I gotta go along with it.
Yeah.
Best thing I can do is force a tie, and then maybe I'm vulnerable
Yeah.
because of it.
Right. Right.
So it's like, okay, if she believes that Suri didn't actually want to vote her out, then this is their way to get out of
Yeah.
it. I don't even need to tell
Sure.
her to try to force a tie. I'll just take care of it myself, and then we'll see where we go after
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
It's good.
Perfect.
It's clean. And not to mention, we also James got removed early on this episode as well.
James got kicked out. It was rough to see.
Yeah.
He's a strong competitor here. He could have made some
Well,
extra. He could have been an extra key player in this game here.
it's interesting because it's like one of those things where he you had him at the bottom of your power rankings, like he was likely the next one out, right? So
Probably, yeah.
it's not like you just took someone who was like in charge of the game out. At least it was more
Hmm.
like he was one of these last men here. They were spinning the
Yeah.
men around. He was probably next to be spun, and he was already like, whatever, these women, I can't do the politicking, you know.
Yeah.
But so at least it didn't shake
That
things up
they
too much to that. No.
it didn't shake it up too much. He might have I don't know, it might have been him and Eric. Who knows? Two men with guns, who's to say?
Uh-huh.
But
It's funny
it's
with James being such like a challenge beast, the pre-merge and everything.
yeah.
He never
Yeah.
won an individual immunity in either of these
Yeah.
seasons.
It's true.
So
Yeah. That is kind of crazy to
But
think about.
Eric won when he needed to. Was like the
He
women
did.
wanted to devour the last man, and he prevented it. And just like you said, we got more drama than probably we
Mm.
even bargained for with the idol and everything.
Yeah.
People saying that Amanda potentially a jury threat. Didn't like backstab anybody on the jury and whatnot. So
Yeah, this one's like almost as high. This is like a half star. It's like a half
half a s-
half star. And the reason why is because like
oh no, and
it's kind
that's
of
from a 0 to 1 star scale. Just so you guys
right,
know.
exactly.
It's a half
And
star.
it's kind of because it is kind of a bummer to have somebody get just get evac'd out of the game.
Mhm.
That's kind of why. It's like other than that, super fun episode, another stellar entertaining episode, and another blind side. Great
Yeah.
strategy being played.
Yeah,
You see Amanda just systematically understanding how this game works in like all the social aspects. She's really very good at that. So, which yeah, I mean,
yeah.
super
And
good.
we saw Ozzy going through the emotions over there watching.
Yeah, I
He
know.
was like
He
excited.
he was all
He was
like
excited
pumped.
she
Yeah.
got sent to exile to get a chance at the
Yeah.
idol, and then he was sad when she said, "Oh, I didn't find it," and then he was
Yeah.
excited again. It's like,
All of them were pretty stoked when she pulled that
Yeah.
off. They were
Was-
all like super hype.
Because think about it, it's like they got nothing going on. This is like their show every few days that they get to go to. It's like put
Yeah.
on a good show for us.
Sure,
You
yeah,
want to see
absolutely.
some fireworks.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's why that was like the Bobby John and the Touch My Leg boys, you know,
Yeah,
the
they bonded over there
where
on the
yeah,
bleachers.
they bonded on the bleachers like crazy, like they were like slapping each other's knee. It was
They
great.
were
Like
kissing
they
like
were
between
they
both.
were smooching a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Camera, as people are going up to vote, the camera keeps cutting back to the little pecks on the cheek, and it's very cute.
It was adorable. We all loved it. Everybody
But
everybody clapped. But yeah,
yeah,
good stuff all
fun
around.
stuff.
It was fun seeing family members. Didn't seem like it was like that monumental of a thing this time
Loved ones,
around.
yeah.
Like it was nice
The
nice to
best.
see that happening again. But it was sort of like jellyfish, and then they did like the jellyfish thing, and then that was like all we saw of them.
We
Pretty
didn't get
much.
any weird moments, at least, between
Yeah, it's true.
Alexis and
And her
her
brother,
brother.
which I didn't realize that until he said it at the end, because I think we were talking over it or
Yeah.
something before, and then because I thought it was like her boyfriend or something, and it was like her brother. I was like, oh. It's just like,
It's always right because there've been
all right.
awkward moments. Like Colby and his mom had some like awkward moments in the Australian
Yeah.
outback.
It's true.
And,
It's
like,
true.
For some reason, like people have these weird affections with each other that we kind of
Yeah.
it's best left unseen sometimes, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like, you know,
And I don't want to see a confessional where it's like, oh, Alexis and her brother are getting a little close there, and then they have to watch it with their family, and it's a little awkward. You know, you don't want to see that.
Oh, that's. I mean, that website. Like, was it? It's a. Was it sibling? What is it
Siblings
like?
are dating.
Siblings are dating. Yeah, I love that. I love that so much because it's like, it's one of those things where it's like it also, the great thing about that website is that it also plays on your like, oh, they're like super close and affectionate, so they're going to be siblings
Yeah.
because this thing is
One's,
playing with it. So
one's
you do
holding
have
her
to,
up by her ass, and is like, oh,
Yeah.
they're brother and sister. You know.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
What's
it's
going on
weird
there?
stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, this episode, it was nice that like it would have been a much worse episode if it was like we just had James leaving at the end of it.
Oh, it would have been just like rote, boring.
But luckily,
yeah.
we just kind of like they teed it up last episode, which I thought was kind of like kind of forecasted a little bit. You know, it's like why were we talking about this finger that much if there's gonna be nothing to come from it? But
right, it's true.
But we were able to kind of brush over it real quick. Had the chop challenge with different questions about each other and whatnot too.
I loved James's dad. James's dad at that question.
Yeah.
When we get home, we gotta talk about her.
Yeah, I was like, jeez.
Like, damn.
But okay, so we have Alexa go out here. Probably easily the least interesting of the Black Widow Brigade, and
It's true.
And she even said to herself, like, I never told a lie. You know, I was just kind of chilling out here. You know, I was honest to everybody. Hurt my knee.
Natalie, yeah, she hurt her knee in this episode, and she like limped off, like, you know, like a certain politician.
Natalie had a quiet stretch, and then had a real breakout the last couple of episodes.
And then she just became Maleficent. And I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of here for it. Maleficent is probably the best of the Disney villains, and at least the classic ones. And she's just reveling in being evil. And it's really fun. It's like a Johnny Fairplay sort of moment for a lady. And I don't know if we've really seen something quite that devious before. And it's pretty wonderful. The closest I think is what's her name from Outback.
Jerry,
Jerry, yeah.
Yeah, but Jerry was like.
Jerry was different.
Jerry was hated by America just for like being herself. Like she wasn't even trying to be.
Jerry was hated by America for.
They booed her off the stage in All Stars. It was kind of messed up.
It was bizarre. That was messed up. That was.
It's horrible.
What the hell's that all about? Yeah.
Yeah. You got villains like that who were like.
Yeah.
Villains in spite of themselves, but then Natalie like, owns it for sure. She wants to.
Do you think
floss with her jugular? You know.
I feel like so much of that was also emblematic of the era, because like I have a feeling that like I could be wrong. Obviously, we'll see as we continue going with the Survivor, but like stuff like Jerry, like that's such a thing of like the early 2000s that we sort of like
Villainizer.
we kind of villainize like
Yeah.
loose women or like women leading on kind of thing. It's like it's almost to the point where it's like
Or
it
outspoken
is
women. Yeah.
it's outspoken women, but it's also like the I think not maybe understanding the dynamics of the game so far at this point that there's so much like realism built into it. I think to that point, which may like mixed messaging. I think to the audience or the audience like not quite being as with it as a modern audience like now would get stuff like that.
Yeah.
They'd be a little bit
Well,
more
yeah, there's
forgiving of people like that.
complete
Yeah.
shift in culture where like Jerry then was a villain. Now she would be stand mother.
Yeah.
Mother.
Yeah.
She's mother.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Queen.
Because
Yeah.
that's been like it's like 20 years is enough of a time to have a shift like that.
Well,
so.
people have pointed out a lot of the time that if you look back at like some of these early women that are villainized in Survivor, it's like men do the same thing a lot of the time and aren't
Yeah.
villainized for
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's like a woman being bitchy, and then
Yeah.
she's
It's
a
like-
villain for it,
Right. Right.
So, there's definitely double standards.
Well, it's because it's because being aggressive is a more masculine trait, and so we like our things to fit in specific boxes, and so sometimes like people don't like that when it comes to
Exactly,
certain
like-
women and blah 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 blah.
like there's
so,
definitely
right.
men who are like heroic, seen as heroic, or like, given this golden boy edits. They're like,
Yeah.
they definitely have their outbursts or seem some like remarks a lot.
Mhm.
Even like Rupert, for Rupert, and especially in All Stars, he's had some like less favorable moments, but he's still like
Yeah.
the hero of Survivor,
Pretty beloved. Yeah.
and Colby, who was like.
Oh, Colby. Yeah, Colby did not have a good
Colby
look
was
in
kind
All
of
Stars.
like
I
he was
remember
kind of
that.
douchey in All Stars a little bit.
He was a big. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but you come back and he's in like the top 4. The fan vote
Yeah.
America's Tribal Council. He's
Anyway,
like Colby,
they just
yeah,
love him.
golden boy.
We love a cowboy. All right, we love that cowboy. Hell yeah.
Jerry, boo, boo, get off the stage.
Get on the stage, boo.
Stuff. Yeah. Who would you give your? Oh, I was gonna say first. Yeah, I meant to say the best loved one is like was Eric's little moment where it's like, look, it's Jeff Probst. He's just standing
that
there.
was hilarious. He's standing
And
there.
Jeff's like, you're a freak, Eric.
Yeah.
Who'd you give your
it was good
MVP?
stuff. Oh, this is easy, Amanda.
Amanda.
Amanda, the star of the show this
It's
time.
the Amanda show.
She really was. It was. It was that. I mean, hey, you took the words right out of my mouth. Basically, was Amanda, please.
So now we're down
there she
to
was.
final 6, five ladies, 1 man. How would you rank them going into the final 6 in terms of a power rank?
Boy, man, I think Amanda has a lot of power right now. Amanda, poverty. Amanda, Parvati, Suri, Natalie, and Eric. That's it, right?
Oh, yes, final 5. Sorry, because
Yeah.
last time was 7. We're down to 5 now. That threw me
Yeah,
off.
because we're down to 5 now because James is also out.
So 4 ladies, 1 man. Yes. Okay. Amanda, Parvati, Suri, Natalie, Eric. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll see how it shapes up. Eric seems to be on the
Yes, we
chopping
will.
block, especially if the women stick
But who
together
kn-
here.
Who's to say though? He could
Who's to
be
say?
a big. He's a big swing. He's a big swing vote right now.
Mhm.
So for sure, or could be anyway.
We'll see. Come back next week for another episode of Survivor. Anything else you wanted to mention? Final words for Alexis.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time. I don't know.
Not much to
Where
say
did this
about
come
Alexis.
from?
Not much to say about
Yeah,
Alexis
I mean,
on the
she-
way out.
It was just kind of like, she came in with the right alliances and stuff. But yeah, I don't really have I got nothing to quote Jeff Probst. I got nothing for you.
Yeah, head back to
So,
camp.
Head back to camp. Yeah.
All right. So next week, come back for more. We're getting to the end here. The penultimate episode coming up next.
Yeah.
And subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed Like the video, leave a comment, and if you do, we'll be sure to read it in the next episode of the Tarqaron podcast. Hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we upload a video, and click the link in the description for our social media. All right.
All right.